Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. This video will be about flying the PW-5 glider. I flew about 80 miles in about 3 hours and my maximum altitude was about 8,400 feet that day. Alright, let's get ready for takeoff. Boy, I tell you, it was a really great day to fly. Here it is at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and we've already got cumulus clouds up to 6,000 feet at this point. I started out at Texas Soaring Association, TSA, and I went west a few miles, and then I turned south to go down to Hillsboro, which is about 20 miles. From Hillsboro, I turned northeast, going toward Ennis. I didn't quite make it to Ennis, but got pretty close, and then back to TSA. I'd say most of us around here haven't flown that much. We didn't fly for COVID, and then the weather was just terrible for soaring last year, and the same thing happened this year again, and the winds were blowing all the time, but finally it's gotten down to the kind of soaring weather we're used to in July and August, for sure. If you look up at the top left corner there, that little squiggly line with that red dot, that's my actual flight to scale. Most of you guys know it if you've been watching my videos. But certainly it was such a great day to fly. When you can stay up high between 6,000 and 8,000 feet the entire flight, I mean, that's just an amazing day. And I pretty much had that around the course. Just a real fun day. I mean, almost every cloud had lift under it. We had one club member that flew the same day, took off at 11 and came back at 6, and it was over a 7-hour flight. I think it was 7.5 hours. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? I don't know, 600 kilometers or something like that, but I was real lucky I got to fly this day. And look, we're almost up to cloud base right now. Yo! The sync on the video may be off somewhat because the camera stopped working. I had to restart it, and it's really hard to sync the flight data to the video when that happens, so just take it with a little grain of salt, but it's cool to watch anyway, right? I have flown the PW a couple of times over 150 miles, and that's considered really good, consider we're talking about low performance at best, right? I mean, just still a lot of fun though. Alright, in just a moment we'll be here on final glide, and here it is right now. I'm a few miles out south of TSA, headed back, and we'll be setting up for a landing here shortly. Well, during the flight too, I got up over 8,000, I think 3 or 4 different times, and boy, that gives you a nice fuzzy feeling when you're way up high like that, and the air is so cool. It just feels so good to the soul. Yeah, man, it's nice. But then you get back down on the ground, it's 101 degrees and you can't even breathe. Jeez. And another thing, when I'm coming in for landing, it looks like I'm way fast, but you got to realize that's ground speed. GPS only counts ground speed, not airspeed. I'm usually hitting about 55 to 60 knots on my airspeed as I'm coming in for a landing. But a lot of people look at it and go, "You're flying too fast." Well, not really. If you look at my airspeed indicator on the dash there, you'll see it's hovering around 60 the whole time, but on the GPS it may show 80, 90. It just depends on the winds that day. So just keep that in mind, please. Thank you. The goal here is to set up your approach at about 1,500 feet above sea level, or about 900 feet above the ground. That's our pattern altitude. We don't make announcements, left base and final. We just make the one announcement on downwind. Now, obviously, if you need to talk to somebody or see another aircraft you want to communicate, you can, but we try to keep it down as much as possible. Too many people on the radio, man, they just never seem to stop talking. Those powered guys driving us nuts. Okay, here we are turning left base. Make sure the airspeed's looking good. I'm nice and tight in the pattern. I got sufficient height energy and speed energy, obviously, to make the runway. Okay, here we are getting ready to turn left to final. We do have a crosswind from the right to left, and just need to compensate for that. We're going to hold it off the ground here, work the spoilers as needed. Hold it off the ground now, slow it down, hold it off, hold it off, hold it off. There you go. I'm going to roll out, keep flying the glider. You have to keep flying. We're not done flying yet until we are completely stopped. And what I'll do is hold full right rudder and try to coast it over out of the way of the main runway. And there you go. Nice flight. 3 hours and 7 minutes, 8,400. Highest, kissed 8,000 about 4 times. Cool. Very cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure and look up all my other videos about flying gliders, model rocketry, radio control, NASA, and a lot more. So we'll see you in the air next time. Bye-bye.